Hey guys, it's Jennifer with Purple for Parents, and I'm just going to do a little clip here of some of the testimony that I think was really important on Wednesday on Bill SB 288, which we support, and it would remove the obscenity exemption from the law that allow it. Right now, the schools and the libraries have an exemption that allows them to provide obscene pornographic material for minors, and there is no consequence for it. So we are trying really hard to get this bill through that will remove that exemption, so they have to be responsible for what they are providing minors. So this is Bob Swanay, and he is the director at Carmel Public Library, which is also a shared partner with Carmel school system. Specifically, the Carmel High School is what we're going to address at this moment. I'm going to play just a little bit of his testimony for you.
Appreciate the answer. I don't want us to necessarily get hung up on a rating system. I just was using that as an example. But just the idea of some kind of quote unquote warning label, or basically a read at your own risk label, right? If we determine there's some material in there that certain families might find objectionable, is there some kind of cautionary indication when they pick that up that there may be some things in there that they want to double check? Especially in light of what Senator Toms is attempting to do with this bill, where it has to do with kids.
Yeah, Senator, I would suggest, I think that's one of the functions of the book dust jacket, or the back cover of a paperback. I mean, that's giving you a quick encapsulation of what that book is about. I think trying to put even a warning label means that what happens if we were to miss a book that should have gotten the warning label under a certain set of criteria and it was missed, that could inadvertently do more harm than good. So I think we're better off just thinking critically, generally, looking at the work, reviewing the work, and using our librarians as a resource.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so he is saying that the back of the book will give an indicator of what is inside the book. But during our research for this bill, one of the schools that I researched was Carmel High School, and this is a very obscene book here, and has very explicit language, scenes, situations in this book. And we found this at, you can see right here, Carmel High School, through their Destiny Quest, which is what a lot of schools use for their online library catalogs. I want to point out a couple of things here. Down here at the bottom, it says this is a series. It's a teen fiction book. I found this on January 3rd of this year. The book has since been removed. Last week, I had posted online some information about this book being found at Carmel High School, and now the book has been removed. So, but we do screenshot everything that we do so that we have proof to back everything up, and which is what you're seeing right now. And one thing I want to point out, especially to Mr. Swanay, that let's look at this description of this book here. So this is his Exit Here by Jason Myers. And the summary here says, college student Travis returns home and expects the usual drinking, doing drugs, and hooking up with girls, but because of an incident in Hawaii and an ex-girlfriend, things are different. Okay, so first of all, that really doesn't sound appropriate for high school to me, but let's look at, I actually have this book. I bought this book to do research for this specific situation, this bill and everything, so that we could testify with true facts. And so here is the book. Okay, this is the actual book. And what I want to point out is the back cover that he testified would help people understand what's in the book and whether it's appropriate or not. Travis is back from school for the summer, and he's just starting to settle into the usual pattern at home: drinking, drugging, watching porn, and hooking up. So, this description is not what Carmel High School had for their students to read, to pick a book that they would be interested in. That is very concerning. And I also want to point out that this book, if they have all of these fail-safe systems in place, why was this book in the school? Because this is definitely not an appropriate book. And it wasn't until, I believe when I called him out last week online, the book all of a sudden is no longer there, which that's good. But we have found many, many, many other books across Indiana with similar content. And the people that are in charge of choosing the materials that our children are exposed to are asking to defeat this bill because they do not want to have any consequences for providing obscene material to children, which otherwise, outside of schools and public libraries, if you handed this book to a child on the street, you would be arrested and you could be charged with a felony. So that is a major problem. So we are asking everyone to contact your senators, tell them to watch for SB 288 and vote yes to the bill. Let's get this through and protect our children.